Okay, here's a question that comes up. Should you show the prices or show a bid to just one of the spouses without the other one being there? Now, we've had a couple different instances like this over the last few weeks. One of them, this comes up if you do a class. Someone's going to pull you aside after that class, or maybe you're right in the middle of the class and say, ballpark, how much is this stuff? What does this stuff cost? Just give me a rough idea, something like that. Or you might run into a scenario where one spouse isn't there and you decide to go ahead and give a lesson right there to the one spouse and not the other. If you do that, I've made sales doing this. You gotta not give a bid. You got to go back and give a bid and give another lesson to both of them at the same time, sometime later. But heck, just think about it like this. If you get one of the spouses who's very interested, they want you to come back and give them a bid, boy, that's one of the best leads you're going to find in the world. Don't ruin the lead by giving them a quote and telling them, hey, why don't you show your spouse the prices and call us back? Okay, you might as well throw that lead in the garbage can. And this goes for not even just spouses, but sometimes you'll run into a situation where, their daughter lives with them. Their daughter is going to be making a significant help in making the decision of whether they should get this or not. And a lot of times what people will do in that state when they get this information from their spouse or from their loved one is they'll entertain the thought and they'll say, hey, let's think about this. Let's do some research. We'll get back to this here maybe soon, maybe later. Might as well throw that lead in the garbage can too. You just kind of ruined the lead. Now, when this happens at classes, you might think this person's super interested. Both spouses got the information. Let's go ahead and show them kind of a ballpark idea what would the amount would be. So you only do this if this is your last resort. Okay? Maybe they live, 4 hours drive from you, but they just happen to be in town visiting their relatives. Well, maybe you could do that as long as nobody else is going to find out prices from that class as well. You really don't want to ruin one of the best leads you're going to ever find by giving them prices. Why? Because people need to see all the information in one shot right in front of them, and then you can kind of help them make a decision. It just gets super messy. It usually doesn't work very well. Just trust me, I've been doing this a long time. You're just going to, the chances of you getting back in the door are probably 2%, 5%. Okay, so here's how you handle the question though. How much do these things ballpark cost? I just got this in my class yesterday from just a little small in-house class. This is how you answer the question. Well, I don't like to guess on how much stuff costs, but I'll kind of give you an idea. Heck, stuff starts at a couple $100 and goes up to extremely expensive and anywhere in between. It just kind of depends on what you want. So I'll tell you what I could do. I could come over tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, give you a quote, and then you can know an exact price on all the different options. It just sort of depends on what you're interested in. And then if they really start to haggle you and start to ask for prices, just say, look, I just gotten in trouble so many times by just ballparking stuff because every house is different. So they don't sell this stuff individually. So it really depends on what's the best option for you, what fits your budget and what fits your safety needs. And trust me, your house is going to be different from your neighbors.